Hi everybody, this is my 1994 Ford E150 Econoline van with a 351 V8. I think it's a Windsor V8. About a year ago I was taking it on a short road trip, about 200 miles, and it started to run pretty warm on the trip, and then it was stumbling and stuttering, both at high RPM, idle, and definitely more so with the air conditioning on. So I took it in and had the radiator thermostat and everything looked at, replaced the thermostat and some of the radiator hoses and things like that, and that all works except for the temperature gauge in the dash. Still doesn't work, which makes me think there might be a temperature sending unit or sensor problem. But the big deal is I thought it was an electrical issue, so I replaced the plugs, the cap, the rotor, the cables. I also did the ECU and the ignition unit, which is back here. Replaced that, replaced the PC in there, and it still does it. Here, I'll show you. We also did the PCV valve and some vacuum leaks there. Clean that up, new PCV valve, and then there were some caps missing up here on this vacuum sending unit, so we cleaned that up. There's still this cracked hose here. That is a fuel vapor hose, so that might be contributing to the vacuum issue. I'm going to replace that today. It's only about a 4-inch, 5-inch piece of vacuum hose, but it honestly really shouldn't affect drivability the way this thing has been acting. I'll show you. So far so good. You can hear the PCV valve moving a lot. So now it's acting like it's balancing out the fuel-air mixture. We'll go around the other side. So far, it's idling okay. It hasn't had a big stumble yet. But we'll do a road test so you can see what the stumbles are like. This is actually running pretty well. I'm going to be changing the fuel filter. Oh, there we go. The problem is at speed, those stumbles are almost like a complete shut-off of power. And it feels like it's really going to damage the engine. I don't know if it's a clogged fuel injector or if it's a sensor issue, but we're going to find out. Let's do a road test. Alright. I've got the overdrive off, air conditioner off. The fan is on, but it's because I've been idling for a while. Although sometimes when I turn the van on, the fan stays on for about a minute or so. There's a big one. It happens a lot around 35 to 45 RPMs. It's definitely having some sort of air-fuel spark issue. Now I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. You hear that? It's really almost completely useless with the air conditioner on. And it feels really warm. But of course, it's a running engine right next to my leg. What do you think it is? After that short test drive, it looked like a little bit of oil did push up out of the cylinder head here into the PCV valve elbow. So it looks like there is a pressure issue there where oil needs to be pushed up and out. When I replaced the PCV valve, the previous one looked good and seemed to function well. It clicked back and forth just fine when you shake it. But there was a little bit of oil on it. But the oil looked good. It wasn't, gross corroded or anything like that. It was nice clean oil on a pretty, decent, fairly well working part. So I'm not really quite sure what's going on. There was a lot of noise that came from the PCV valve area that was being transmitted through this hose or this hose that has been greatly reduced with the new valve and the hole being plugged here and up there at the tree, at the air tree. But I really need to figure this out because I just got new tires on it. I need to go on a road trip. One other thing I wanted to point out is that I noticed that it seems to be using a lot of coolant. I fill it up to the cold level, and about a week later, with only driving it 2 or 3 times, it seems that small amount of fluid is gone. Now, right now I can't get an accurate measurement because I actually was checking the system and had depressurized it and had it cold and hot and everything. So I have to do an actual test to see how much coolant it's using. But I really hope it's not a crack in the head or something. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate the help.